Alright, Chapter 23, Level Crossing. Introduction. Level crossing provided the railway lines allow the railroad road traffic to pass across the track of the level. As level of the passing road traffic is the same as the railway, the track of the crossing is referred to the level of the crossing. Other type of the crossing is road over the bridge, road under bridge, road traffic to pass over and under the rail track. In both cases, the necessary clearance between the roadbed and the railway track is kept with the prescribed and scheduled dimensions. 23.1 Classification level crossing. Level crossings may be manned, unmanned, with one more gate man posted at the main man level crossing. Regulate the traffic. The unmanned level crossing, thereby no gate the road users across the railway line at their own risk of taking the necessary precautions. Typical layout of the square leveling cross is shown in 23.1. The schedule to pick for the location of guardrails, gates, the gate ledges, the fencing of the railway boundary, metilated road. Level crossing classified direction deferred categories depending upon the class of the road, visibility conditions, volume of the road traffic, number of the trains passing over the level crossing. Classification level crossing as follows. Special class, the busiest level of crossing in the term of the road traffic. That must be the busiest level of crossing. National highway special class leveling crossing. Normally the gates are open to the road traffic whenever the train passes. The gates are closed in the road traffic. The gates are level of crossing are interlocked with a signal. They are manned around by the clock and 3 gate men with a working 8-hour shift. A class level of crossing is also busy in the term of the road traffic. All level of crossing is important roads and mostly A class level of crossings. In this case, all the gates are normally open to the road traffic. All the other provisions are the same. The special class level crossings, except for the level crossings, are provided with the 2 gatemen, which work 12-hour shifts. These crosses are not busy as the special class of the leveling. Alright, this shows the typical layout of level crossings. You have the road limited to fencing, check rails, railway lines, metal filled with gate, limited railway gate, not less than 7.5 meters cabin, the check rail, fencing, gate road formation with fencing, not less than 6 meters, Alright, B class. These level of crossings are relatively busy. The normal B class level of crossings can be found on the metal roads and the gates normally closed with the road traffic to become open with the road traffic provided with the gates and interlock with the signal. They provide with the 2 gatemen working 12-hour shifts. Class C level of crossings are mostly provided with the unmetaled roads. Some of these level crossings are manned because of the low volume of the road traffic. Unmanned because of the low volume of the road traffic. Class D class there providing cattle. They are normally used by cattle or pedestrians, and Indian Railways present 42,000 level crossing, including about 20,000 unmanned level crossing and 3,500 cattle crossing. 23 through 2, dimension of level crossing. Some of the important dimensions of square A class and B level crossings are given in table 23.1. If it may be unintentional, but here the angle of the crossing between the center line with the railway road should not be less than 45 angle. Maximum width of the gates 9 meters. A class 7.5 meters. B class minimum length of the guard 11 meters. A class 9.5 meters. Class 2. Position of gates when open road traffic class 1, all which from the towards and not across the line, same as at class A. Maximum distance of the gate post to the center line of the traffic 3 meters. Maximum distance of the gate lodge of the center line nearest the track 6 meters. Maximum width of metal road between the gates, same as the width of the gate. Levels of gradients between the gates level. Beyond gates level, the distance of 8 meters grade and 130 beyond in Class A, and level of gate distance 8 meters grade of 1 and 20 beyond that, Class B. Minimum length of outside gates 22 feet A, 15 B. Minimum fencing on line parallel track 15 meters. Provisional light indicators gates for the benefit of road user. A, road with the gate is closed when open with the road traffic, same as Class A for B. Alright, 23 accident level crossing remedial branch. For the level crossing vulnerable accidents due to the number of the reasons, but the main reason behind the accident, negligence of road users, where maybe the cause of the accident level crossing railways come under the severe criticism whenever such an accident occurs. There is a concern that all levels to determine the corrective action should be taken to minimize these accidents. Some of the safety measures that we can take to reduce accidents with level crossings is follow the manning a level crossing, many unmanned level crossing, particularly in locations when buses ply should be manned for phased manner. Alright, providing lifting barrier. Lifting barrier should be provided in preference of the gate to quickly and clear the road. Level of crossing to indicate the approach for the unmanned Class C. Level of crossing by man. Level of crossing is for the view of the obstructed bilingual whistle. Boards should be intercorrected along the track of the distance about 600 meters from the level of the crossing and join the drivers approaching the train to give the audible warning of the approach for the train. Road driver to diverge. Drivers approaching train should be low the whistle. A train whistle continuously time they pass the whistle board till the time they have been negotiated. Level crossing stop sign level. A level crossing stop sign should be provided on either side of the road approaches the all unmanned sea level crossings a suitable point of the railway boundary. Speed breaker at level crossings. A series of three speed breakers bumps spaced 100 meters apart should be provided with the railway boundary on either side of all the unmanned crossings with metilated approaches where the motor vehicles ply. Speed breakers should be smooth parabolical profile so that the vehicles can slow down with experiencing extra jerks. Rumble strip and level the crossings. Rumble strip should provide with the road road approach on either side of all man level the crossings. Road travel with wire face poor visibility condition view of the making their air alert and vigilant. Rumble strips consist of intermittent raised by bituminous overlays 15-20 millimeter height, 300 millimeter width across the road, about 15 to 20 such strip space, and then 1 meter center to center distance to provided with the approach of the level crossing caution the motorist. Following accident rules, normally level crossing should not be kept off of the road. Traffic contravention of the extent of the road order the unreached railway across the gates of level crossing open. The normally road traffic should be reviewed immediately. Should the insured in such instance are permitted only with a strict conformity with the extent of the orders. Job analysis. Whenever the gates of level crossing are kept under the road traffic, the work of the gatemen shall be analyzed fresh, and when required, the extra gatemen provided with the gate per rules of the intensive work, thereby increasing the number of the gatemen from 2 to 3. Visibility. The approaching the trainmen should be adequately visible for the road. Whenever the obstruction discovered the track, immediately action must be taken to remove it. Surprise checks should be made to ensure the gatemen are alert the road vehicles following the regulations properly. 234. Maintenance of level crossing. Level crossing is approach required with special attention for the permanent weighted staff because of the change of the track structures occur with the location the following points need to be particularly addressed. Each level crossing should be open to the condition of the sleep of the fitting of the rails fastenings inspected at least once a year, given the requisite attention of gates and signal discs should be painted in regular intervals. A tree brush with the undergrowth and intervening with the tent to interfere with the view of the railway track. The roadway to approach the level of the crossing should be cut down while taking the care of the safety of the track is not jeopardized. The following component of the track will require special checking and attention during the routine inspection of the level crossing. Top table of running the rail. The check of the rail should be in the same plane. Gauges should be in order to approach the level of the crossing should be well packed. Road strip for the level crossing should be properly leveled with water to rams of the gradient, so the approach of the level crossing should not be steeper than specified. The clearance between the check rails and the depth of the check of the blocks should be scrutinized by inspection officials. The flanges of the check rails should be kept clear of dust and musk, etc. The clearance of the check rails should be given in table 23.2. Minimum clearance of the check rails at broad gauge 51, meter gauge 51, narrow gauge 51. Maximum clearance of check rails at level crossing 57. Minimum depth provided with below the railway level of flange is broad gauge 38, and the meter gauge 35, narrow gauge 31. 5. The whistle boards and stop boards provided with the approach to the level of the crossing should be well maintained. It should be ensured that the flanking fencing provide the distance of 15 meters or 50 feet either side of the level of the crossing should be in condition. The gate stoppers should be in working order. All equipment registers should be well maintained, available for level crossing. 235. Inspection of level crossing by the permanent way inspector and the assistant engineer. The permanent way inspector and level of the crossing the ones for the month check the equipment of the usual gateman, examine the knowledge safety rules, carry out other routine inspections. She or he also carried out surprise inspection level of the crossing and ensure the gateman attendance for the alert. In addition, formatted duty of the permanent way inspector should inspect the rails so sleepers fastenings at least once a year after getting the level crossing fully opened out. The assistant engineer should inspect the equipment of every man level of the crossing that comes under her in the subdivision once every 6 months. Quiz the gateman regardless of the rules during inspection. He or she should scrutinize the manuscript, the register of the level crossing, maintain the permanent way inspector, and inspect as many with the level crossings possible when they are open completely during the year. Some of the level crossing and the point where the railway line and road cross each other at the same level. They're classified during different categories depending on the importance of the road and track. Level crossings are quite prone to accidents. All care must be taken to avoid the same. Include the proper maintenance, regular inspection point of railway personnel. 24. Locomotives and other rolling stock.